What is going on, gamers? It is Lost in Place, and we're talking Battlefield 3, and there has been a lot of drama lately, and it's been going on for a long time, and it's going to go on for another month or so until Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3 release. The big question is Battlefield 3 going to be the Call of Duty killer? And I've just finished a full day of playing the Battlefield 3 beta. This by no means doesn't make me an expert on the game. It is just a beta, I understand that. But how much can you really change in the next, 30 days before release? I really think the beta is pretty close to a finished product, and there are some serious issues. And there is no way in hell Battlefield 3 is going to kill Modern Warfare 3. And for several different reasons, and I'm going to cover them right now. Now, let's start with the obvious. Getting into a game with your friends. How can this be that difficult? How come it is so freaking hard to join a game with your friends? I mean, what the hell? Who wants to play a game based on teamwork with randoms? Alright, so let me explain this. In the beta, and again, everything I'm referring to is the beta, because we don't know what changes there will be between now and the full game release. In the beta, you can join as a squad of 4. You can get a group of 4 together in a party, into a squad, and you can join a game that way. Well, most of the day, yesterday, it did not work. For whatever reason, it kept saying the EA servers were offline, which was BS. And you couldn't get into a game with your friends. Now, for the first part of my day, when I started playing early in the day, I was able to get into games with 3 other friends. And it was a lot of fun. And I was, actually really pleasantly surprised. I'm like, okay, well, EA's gotten over their past server problems that they've had in every other Battlefield for the Xbox 360. I'm talking Battlefield 1943, Bad Company 2. When they released, their server issues were atrocious. Well, as the day wore on and more people got home from work or school, well, guess what? You could not get into a game with your friends. I had a party of like 6 people, and every one of us were playing the beta, but all of us were in rooms by ourselves. How frickin' lame can that be? Now think about that. This beta was released limited edition to only people who had Medal of Honor Tier 1 edition. Now, that's a very small % of the people who are going to be playing this game. And they couldn't even handle that. Just think, today's the last day of the exclusive access. Tomorrow it goes live to everyone. Just think of how bad the servers are going to be then. If you're only catering to, 20% of the Battlefield population, and you're having issues, wait till tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm going to try to get in as much gameplay today as humanly possible. Because I know come tomorrow and moving forward, it's going to be next to impossible. So those are the server issues. What else about the servers? Let's see. You cannot even join your friend's game in progress. Why would you remove such a useful feature like that? At least in the Bad Company 2, there were server issues with that, where it was difficult to get into a game with all of your friends. At the very least, you could get your couple friends into a game, and you could join their game in progress. You may end up on the other team, but eventually you could switch teams, and you could all play together. Well, guess what? They decided to remove the join session in progress. Again, this is just the beta. If it will be in the finished product, I do not know. But why would you not have it in the beta if you're going to have it in the real game? Okay, so join session in progress. EA, you really need to add that. That's just stupid not having that. What else? Also, earlier, as I mentioned earlier today, when I was able to join the game with my 3 friends, we were not put on the same team. Okay, that's stupid. 3 of us were put on one team and 1 of us on another team. And not only that, we were not in the same squad in the game. I mean, we're joining the game as a squad. We enter the game and it throws us on random squads. I assume because they're server-based games, or they're server-based games, and maybe there was no room for one full 4-person squad. But still, that needs to be worked out. I remember, I think it was Medal of Honor was similar, and at least the first game you were on different teams, but by the second game, it hooked you guys back up to where you're all on the same team. It doesn't seem to do that. It was a huge pain in the ass. So those are my server-based complaints. I also want to go on record as saying I'm very disappointed that they decided to release a map without any vehicles for a beta. Now, isn't that what makes Battlefield stand out from Call of Duty, is the vehicle-based combat? And you're going to release a beta without any vehicles. That is just epic fail there. Spawn camping. Spawn camping is going to be an issue if the spawn system is not revamped or tweaked. There are several areas where once you master the spawn system, it would be pretty easy to trap your opponents by mastering the spawns. There are certain maps that you can easily just sit there and pick them off as they turn the corner, and really they're limited as to where they can spawn unless they get past, you know, your line of defense. But if they're spawning in the original spawn, you can sit just right outside of it and you can really do some damage, and no one likes being spawn camped, so that's definitely a serious issue that needs to be addressed. The gameplay itself, it seems very Call of Duty reminiscent to me. Maybe that's why I like it more than my Battlefield friends. Like, I was playing yesterday with a party full of friends, and actually all of them were, if I'm a Call of Duty fanboy, well then I guess they're Battlefield fanboys, because that's what they prefer, and I'm definitely not a Call of Duty fanboy. I like both games. But the point is that throughout the whole time we're playing, all they were doing was complaining. Now, I would have very high, as I have very high expectations for the game, I'm sure they had even higher expectations. And one of the things that was being brought up over and over again was the lack of the importance of teamwork. That was what makes Battlefield unique and special, was the necessity to communicate with your teammates, to play as a group, to play as a team. Well, this version, it does not seem important at all. It seems more important to rack up your kills and to do the one-man soldier routine, and there is really no need for communication. Maybe it's just the map Operation Metro, but that is definitely the impression that myself and my Battlefield friends had. So that's definitely a serious letdown there. Now, I know I've been talking negative about the game, or the beta. I don't want you guys to think I'm hating on it, because I really enjoyed playing it. I'm looking forward to going playing it some more right now. But you can see that there is a definite difference between this and prior editions of Battlefield. They were looking to appeal to the Call of Duty audience. They've definitely made some tweaks and changes that make it a lot more run and gun-ish, at least on this map. I'm really hoping they do release a second map. There is a rumor going around that for the beta there will be a second map release that's going to be bigger, and yes, that will open up the experience a lot more. But what I really, and here's my speculation. What I think they were shooting for, Call of Duty's on their brains, EA developers, DICE, and they really want to get a piece of that market share, and they really want to, you know, attempt to draw some people away. So they've made some small tweaks and changes to attract the Call of Duty players. They did everything in their power. They knew Modern Warfare 3 was going to be an early November release, so they hung their hat on a late October release for Battlefield. They wanted to beat Call of Duty out of the gates. And I'm a little concerned that the product may not be 100% finished, but they had decided on its release date regardless. So that could be a problem. I really hope I'm wrong on that speculation, but that is what I'm thinking. So anyway, enough with the negatives. I hope my fans who are watching and who are Battlefield fans don't think I'm trashing the game. I am not. I want this game to succeed. I really do. But the topic of this video, the topic of this video is, will Battlefield 3 topple Modern Warfare 3? And the answer is going to be no. It will not. So, thanks for watching. Check back later for more in-depth Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3 videos, as well as some funny-ass shit whenever I get around to that. So, I'm Lost in Place, and I'm out of here. Come